didn't record any of that. What's going on, everybody? Obviously, you can tell from the title of the video what it is we're gonna be working with, so let's just get right into it. First, boom, Diode Dynamics. Let's get this open. Ooh, that was dangerous. That's why you don't cut towards yourself. Also, got a box, paper, a little sticker. Daytime running light harness for the CLights. Not nearly as pretty as I thought it was gonna be. And we also got some butyl sealant, because you definitely don't want to reuse the factory goo. And then I guess these are our switchback LED drivers for our harness. And oh cool, they got all the connectors we could possibly need in here. And then the actual CLights. Ta-da, can't see it at all, but it's in there. Now for the actual headlights that we have. So I have bought an extra set of headlight housings from a friend of mine. See, they look the same. They're the same like base model housings, but if you'll notice back here, they've already got LED lights. If you look real closely, you can see right in there, there's a little LED thing, if I can get that. Yep, that's an LED bulb. What is in here? Not really sure. Anyway, I've already cleaned this off as best as I could get. There's no bugs or anything stuck on there. I'm gonna take a picture of it so I know where it all goes back to. First thing we're gonna do is take all of the crap out of the back of it. Let's take all these bulbs out of here very carefully. Nope, I'm just turning it the wrong way. That's definitely an LED bulb. Take all the rubber out so that we don't cook it. We're gonna take all of our little screws out. So we got the one here, one here, one here, one here. Now it's time to throw it in the oven. All right, we've already got it preset to 200 degrees. Here we go. All right, 10 minutes. All right. Oh, it's not even warm. And where are my gloves? Where did I just put? I just had them. Where have they gone? So the instructional that I found said to pry it apart at the clips. Okay. You don't want to be too rough with it. You don't want to break anything. Just slowly peeling it apart. So the trick is to actually get behind the clear plastic and kind of pry it forward slowly so that you don't bend the housing out of shape completely. Slowly. Slowly. Oh yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Woo! If you don't work out, this might be a little bit difficult for you. If you can see my tricep flexing there. All right, they are free. Hooray. Come here. Stop. Oh no, that's what we didn't want to happen. Don't let it sling back and get stuck to the internals of this thing. Apparently that's not a good thing. And we're free. Hooray! Now we're gonna get out all the little pieces of the things that are gonna get painted. Tab here, tab here, tab here. One here, and then a screw, and a screw, and a screw. So we'll get the screws first. There's those. Oh, well, that was simple. This is gonna cover up all the reflective stuff back there, so we don't actually need to take any of that off. So we can set this aside now too. All this chrome is getting black. Let's get those through first. All right, that one's out. There we go. Is this one through? It is, it's pushed. Haha, there we go. Oh, there's one at the bottom too. There we go. We're painting all this black, right? But where this sits, we're gonna leave it chrome. Now I'm not really certain if this needs to be sanded in order to work, but I mean, it couldn't hurt, right? Well, that's not gonna do it. All right. So I don't know if you can tell, but we've got it all nice and scuffed up. So on these little ridges right here and all the little ones right here, I took a pair of scissors and folded some sandpaper over the scissors. We got it all taped up where we want it to be. All through here is nice and masking colored. And our little reflector is masking colored. I figured this was to tape over the reflector and then just put it back in was probably the best way to block off the little area behind it. We're gonna paint it and cross our fingers and hope that it sticks forever and for always. Every video I've seen, nobody's ever talked about sanding it that I can remember, so we're gonna hope for the best, so yeah. All right, we scuffed up the boomerang a little bit, but like it's still kind of slick to the touch. I don't really know if this is gonna stick or work the way that I want it to, but so we've got some satin clear enamel, and that's the lid, that's how it's supposed to turn out. Because this is pretty clear, you know, once you have light behind it. So we're gonna try and frost it a little bit. That's the idea, because I don't like seeing just the white strip of light. All right, so it starts out fairly clear and then it dries kind of frosted-y. So we'll set that aside. Now, for the headlight housing, we've got some flat black. Turn it a little bit to get the inside of it. Don't follow this as a guide to learn how to paint. We're gonna stop right there. I very much got the too much gene, so if we don't stop there, we're gonna ruin it. I didn't record any of that, but I guess we'll record the other one. I put the orange side marker on, and I didn't like it. So I went out and I got some of that. All right, that's it. We're gonna make it worse. Okay, that's it. Now it's not dry yet, but it doesn't look bad. So like you can see, but there's just enough. It's like a lens tint, so like, you know, it still reflects. So we're gonna do that so that it at least blends in. So we got our other side now. We took out our reflector because we're gonna keep that dark, taped up right over here. All right, we're gonna stop right there. That was a pool. Now it's a giant hole of dirt. And I never even got to use it because of COVID. But I'm sorry for the sound quality of this bullshit. I might like voice over this stuff. I don't really know, but like you can see behind me, like it's right there. Construction is right there. But we have got the inside of our other housing nice and painted. It's a nice flat black. It's all uniform. You see it? There it is. There it is. And now it's time for the secret sauce once again. That's it, we're done. That's it. We're gonna do too much if we keep doing it, so we're gonna stop. All right, guys. This is the mess that we've been working with for the last couple of days. It's all painted up nice and fresh. Our reflector tinted with the nightshade. We got our CLight, boomerang, doodle, all frosted up so it's nice and diffusey. Next thing we're gonna do, we're gonna feed in our CLight right through that little hole right there. And we'll just thread that through. Now I was kind of confused on the first one where this is supposed to sit, because like it feels like it should sit like that, but the boomerang, once it clips in, it just kind of holds it down. Got everything back in there. Yeah, okay, cool. It's all in there. Got our reflector. Got our blacked out and our splatterness. Our Beetle headlamp sealant. I'm gonna grab a strip of it, about that long or so. I'm gonna give it a good fat stretch. Stretch it out a little bit. We're gonna take our flathead and just kind of squish it down in there to make sure it's nice and stuck. Just get it nice and good like, just squish it all up in them crevices. All those little nooks and crannies and around them corners. All up in your nooks. Right in there. I did a little bit of searching online to see if we needed to plug up our CLight hole, and I found some mixed things. I always saw where like people had done it with no reviews, but everybody that didn't do it always made sure to say like, oh, it's been this long and I haven't had any condensation issues. I'm not really exactly sure what the right way is, but we're gonna try not to. I have a feeling, like all of my other videos, this is gonna take me, 6 months at the least to get to edit. And by that time, I should be able to let you know in the description if it has any condensation issues. And at that time, I will have already plugged it up if it did. So, our oven's preheating. We're gonna squish this in as hard as we can. And you're gonna go this way. And you're gonna squish. We're gonna squish it in here as far as we can. I don't think it's necessary to clean off the other sealant from the rest of this, because like it's still the same stuff. I mean, this isn't gonna go in much farther than this. All right, so the first one I did, just gonna loop that up so it's not on the metal to get melted. I'm gonna stick that in there. It's only 200 degrees, so it's not that hot. We're gonna set our timer for about 7 minutes. The other one I did for about 5 minutes and it was kind of hard to press in, so we're gonna do like 2 more minutes and then that'll hopefully soften it up a little bit more so we don't have that problem. Woo! See how it's not that bad. It's not that hot at all. Like I could probably pull this out with my hands, but we're not gonna do that because that's dangerous. Little trick that I found, some vice grips. Grab some vice grips, grab the back right here, this little nib and this little nib, and just kind of squeeze it together. If you're worried about it scratching like I literally just did right there, you can grab a little microfiber to help you squeeze it together. But this makes life so much easier. Since we did about 7 minutes, I can pretty much squeeze this together with my hands, but we want to make sure we get a nice, good, tight seal. You can see this little screw hole right here. Hear that? That means there's a little bit of silicone, the butyl sealant coming through there. That's what we want. So that way when we screw it all together, it'll like screw right into the sealant. So almost like you're screwing through the gasket, so there won't be any kind of leaks. We're just gonna put these little doodles right in here. They're gonna go this way, not this way, this way. Get a nice little seal on there. Stick it over the doodle honkers. Got our CLight coming out here, and we're gonna take a wiring harness and get it all plugged back in. Now mine may look a little bit different from y'all's because I bought these off a friend, and we've got LED high beams, HID low beams. I think these are LED bulbs too, I'm not really sure, but we don't need this one, so we're taking that one out. We're gonna start plugging them back in with our side marker. Why was that so hard? I don't have any idea. It's so dumb. All right, well, I guess it's supposed to sit upside down like that or something. I don't really understand. It's gonna go on like this. Okay. And we're gonna line it up right here. So we're gonna take our switchback driver, and we're just gonna match up the colors right here. White, yellow, black goes to white, yellow, black. If you watch the Diode Dynamics video, he points to the DRL harness for the CLight, right? And then he points to this. Does not go in there, okay? You're still going to plug your driver into this harness. Same thing. All the colors of the wires match up to the other colors of the wires. White goes on one side, black goes on the other side. The other two in the middle will match up. And you're gonna take this one. You're gonna spread these apart a little bit. You're gonna use your little vampire clip. Clip it in right there. Close it up. You're gonna crimp it. And that, I didn't believe it at first, but that right there is enough for it to cut through the insulation on the wire so that it can like make contact. So that's the red one. The white wire goes to the red on your original CLight plug, okay? It's kind of confusing because there's a red wire in here too, but the red wire goes to your DRL harness. Black is obviously ground like it usually is. We're gonna clip this one on. Clip that, and black goes to black. Okay, so black is your ground. Everything's back together. It's coiled up kind of terribly, guys, I probably picked the worst day to do this. I don't know, I got excited whenever I got them all put together, and it's like 20 degrees out here. I've already got the bumper off, which is really, really easy. So this thing comes out with a little clip, There's the clip right there, and it kind of clips in like down here somewhere. Okay. So this plug right there unplugs from this, right? Your DRL harness plugs in right here. We've also got, yeah, there, right there. See where that thing is? That's our ballast for our HIDs, okay? Our ballast right here. Got it zip tied for safety measure. We've got 3M tape on the back of it. We've got these two plugs which go to our HID. We've got our self-grounded up here. I checked this with a magnet. It's a frame rail, so it should be fine. And it's sandwiched right here. Hopefully that'll be a good enough ground. And then our other plug. And all of that stuff, as you can see, is right here. These two plugs and this plug. Boom, there we go. I want to make sure to plug in all the HID stuff. Can only go in one way. So this one goes here, it looks like, which means this one would go here. Yep. And all this junk's got to go down in there. Too many wires, I can't see. There you are. There, they're right here. I can see them. Grab our red wire. We're gonna fish this along in the front. So I don't know if this is the best place to mount this, but I've got our ballast mounted to the inside of the fender. Might not be the best place, but we're gonna try it. And if it falls off at some point, we will know because we will hear it. So if there's anything that you missed from this video that was like the one thing that you wanted to find this video for, I will link every single video that I watched as research in the description so you won't miss out on anything, okay? Ooh, snap! We got CLight! That's what I'm talking about right there! Ooh, we got something happening.